Comfortability.
When we say comfortability, more so, just being comfortable within yourself. Like, not even just like on a generic answer, but it's literally like, what more could you ask for when you speak of comfortability? Not even just like being comfortable within yourself, being comfortable in everything that you have, like your home, your space, your business, your brand, whatever you do. But more importantly, like I think the biggest thing that society has a problem with is people comfortability. Like literally, it's hard to be who you want to be because of how society is. So it's like a lot of people deal with that differently. But me, I'm gonna be comfortable regardless. Like whether you like me, you don't like me, you follow me, you unfollow me. Listen, you tell a friend to tell a friend. Listen, I'm gonna be me regardless. So I ain't never tripping about the comfortability part aspect of things.
So, we were just having a conversation and we were talking about how more vocal you are on Twitter than you are on Instagram. How do you feel, well, to me, I feel like you're coming out your shell. How do you feel more that you are, showing your face more out into the public?
I feel like more opportunities.
I'm happy for you too.
Thank you. Like literally, I literally can honestly say like more opportunities. Not saying that I didn't have opportunities before. It's just that people get to now put a face to the owner, so it all makes sense. Cause like I took a lot of stuff down off my page too. That's why some people hit me like, "Oh, bro, you still have this? Forget, or you did this yet?" And it's like, bro, I done did that like 3 years ago. But it's like now I'm just like in this comfortability space where it's like I'm open enough to show my face. It wasn't even more so like a scared thing anyway. It was just like I'm a personal person. Like I let the world know certain things, just not
so
everything.
good.
So like being as though I have a team who I do a lot of things with, but I'm forefront with everything. So it was also like a safety thing as well too. Not saying that I'm still not cautious, but I know that I had to make something shake within being the owner. Not even just the owner, but I am the brand. So it was like you gotta get yourself out there. So I had to do something. But a lot of people be like excited to see me like post my face and be like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell? But it's like literally like,
yo, you've been out for
happy.
6 years, and I feel like out those 6 years, you really only posted like 4 pictures of yourself. So I feel like being out now and being comfortable, I love seeing your light shine. And I'm so happy that, God is moving within you, especially with your new adventure with your podcast.
I know. First Cousins, man. First Cousins. Shout out to my man, Dev Hall, for putting that together, allowing me to be a host on that platform. So it was just something, honestly, it's a major thing. It's going to turn out to be major. It's different for me, personally, just being on camera, like literally not a guest, one of the stars on the show. So it's like it's an honor at the same time, but it's definitely a different lane. So sometimes I get a little nervous, like before we about to shoot or something like that. But it's a journey though. It's a journey that I'm looking forward to, honestly.
So with your journey, do you feel like you are putting your full self out there, or sometimes you get overstimulated? Like, how do you handle it? Like, say if one day you're just like, I feel like too much is going on. How do you handle yourself?
You gotta maneuver through it.
So good.
Yeah, you gotta maneuver through it. At one point in time, I used to look like, man, I'm quit, but it's like I'm not a quitter. So I was like, I talk a good game, but it's not gonna happen. If I was gonna quit, I would have quit 7 years ago when I started this brand. So it's like I'm not into that particular thing as far as quitting. It do get hard, but you really just gotta roll with everything. Like the water, being in the ocean, it doesn't just sit one way. It's a wave, so you gotta roll with the waves. You gotta roll with the tide. So if you don't, then you're gonna get knocked all over in a tornado.
So moving towards the waves, how do you maneuver on some days when the waves are chilling, and then some days when it's a storm? How do you maneuver?
You gotta talk to God.
Woo!
You gotta talk to God. It's like your only solution to a lot of things. It's like you could sit here and talk to this person, that person, that person, but if you're not praying on it or even trying to put action behind them prayers, you're not going to move forward with anything that you have going on. So your number one thing through everything really should be talking to God. It's like before I go and call anybody, it's like I done prayed about it already.
Ooh. See, that's one of my favorite things about our friendship is that, you know, you love God. And especially with people that, you know, look like us, I feel like people try to take that away from us because society says that it's Adam and Eve. Let's you know, let's dig into that.
I mean, it goes back to your comfortability. In certain things, it's like the man above say, "Come as you are."
Ooh.
So, if you can come as you are a certain way, what makes me so different from you? Because you don't maneuver a certain way or go a certain way that I go, so it separates me from you. No, that's not how it. That's why it's like the thing I always say to people is like you can't preach the word of God, you can't speak on other people's sins because speaking on other people's sins is literally a sin.
Ooh, so good, so good. You are hearing it, Lord. We are on fire. We love the Lord. But you like how we dress and act, okay? You can't take that from us. Very demure. Is that what the kids say?
Yeah, very more. Very laid back, very chill.
Very chill, yes. very know our name is in the what? Lamb Book of Life.
Amen.
Yes. So speaking of your OG hoodies, before we sat down, we just ran our movie with DeMonte and friends. You said that today was the last day.
Yeah, it was. It's time to. I wouldn't say it's time to put them up. It's one is time consuming, and then I got other things I'm working on. It's like I did it so some people could have some for the last run, but I've been doing them for the last 6 years, 7 years. So it's just like it's time to put a discontinue on it. If you got one that's legendary, hold on to it. It's gonna be worth some bread someday. But other than that, if you don't got one, you don't got one.
So what's next for you?
We're working on some beanies.
I definitely see it.
Working on some beanies. Might be for a little. I can't even say might be. It is a Halloween drop, and I feel like I went beanie route because everybody's gonna do the same thing: hoodies, T-shirts. So it's like nobody really dropped beanies for Halloween. So it was just something different. But I do have a long list of fashions like coming up, like paying attention to different things, see how I can maneuver through what's already being out here. So I have some stuff in the tuck that I'm working on.
So when you speak about maneuver in the city, how do you say in your own lane when it's so many of the same thing going on, same beanies, same hoodies, same t-shirts, same cutting of the brands? Like, how do you maneuver to stay in your own lane and stay focused?
Stay alienated.
Woo!
Stay alienated. You just gotta separate yourself from what's already. It's like fashion repeats itself. So
Yes.
it's like I never get too upset when I see certain things that look this. It's like it's all been repeated. They done wore this in the 1900s. Just we ain't seeing it yet unless you watch old movies or old TV shows. And it's like everything is repeated. But as far as like the designs of what things, if you see me drop something of another brand per se, I never copied off them. I did it to cause controversy.
Oh.
Because if you didn't pay attention to something that I put that was original, I know that this is about to catch your eye. Whether you want to argue with me about it or not, publicity is good publicity. You watching my stuff now, I got your attention. You didn't pay attention when I dropped something original, but you made sure to in tune and comment when I dropped something that was somebody else's. It's like I never want nobody else's stuff. That's why you won't see me drop it more than once. It's just to cause controversy, get the people talking. So once you figure those out, the market and the strategy is like it can keep you separate from a lot of things that's going on out here already.
So how do you keep yourself separate from what's going on already in the city?
Stay to myself and pay attention to what's going on. Like I feel like too, you don't have to be in everything to pay attention
So good.
to what's going on. Like if you follow, it's like an algorithm too. Follow a lot of fashion, whether it's through TikTok, Instagram. So when you seeing different things and you seeing everybody, just like streetwear market, it's a great platform. But you see similar things. But then you also see some things where it's like, if I could take this, this, and this, and mash shit up together, you're gonna have a masterpiece. Because they all taking the same thing. But then you got one that took it and twisted it their way, got one that took it and twisted it their way. But then when you bring your vision plus what's already in the streets and bring it together, you're gonna always have something separate.
So good, so good. What is the fourth quarter word for you other than comfortability?
Transition.
Mm.
And I say that because it's like we're literally December 31st, we're stepping into a new year. So it's literally a transition period from what you just was doing and who you just were before that clock. And I wouldn't even say before that clock, because right now is the time to actually change and step up and do anything that you want to do for the next year. But it's like literally when you're focused and your mind is on a certain thing and where you want to get to, it's like literally that transition move at this. So right now, it's like right now for me, it's just hustle and transition, because I have to hustle to get where I want to be with coming into the new year.
So what are your plans on for the new year?
Literally staying more active, getting myself out there a little bit more. 'Cause I feel like I do a good job at that, but I could do way better than what I do. But definitely get myself out there and just take it literally one collection at a time, and just gain some more supporters. Like literally put myself out there a lot more.
Yo, the word that you spoke today, I'm so proud of you. You really been doing your movie. Get it, girl.
Thank you.
Tell people your Instagram.
Y'all can follow me at CREATEUR.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second.